Um, Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ilya, the founder of VanHack. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys, and for everyone watching this recorded, nice to meet you too. Today, we're going to be doing the Hangout in English. Most of our kind of content and information has been in Portuguese, but more and more we're going to be transitioning to English because really, at the end of the day, you guys all want to move to Canada, and practicing English, talking English, listening English should only help you. So in this Hangout, the way that it'll work, it'll be very open mic. We're going to be talking about the VanHackathon, which is less than a month away. Got some surprises for you guys too at the end, so make sure you stick around because we have a contest that we're going to be sharing with you at the end. And for those of you watching, you can see the contest link at the bottom of the video. So basically, I'll talk a little bit about the VanHackathon now, and then I'll open it for questions for you guys to kind of ask questions with voice live. If you want to ask in Portuguese, don't be shy. You can speak Portuguese, but I encourage everyone to try at least practice their English a little bit. So the VanHackathon, it's going to happen on May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So over the weekend, we'll be starting at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so 8 p.m. Brazil time, where most of you are, and it'll be running for 3 days until 8 p.m. Brazil time on Sunday. The goal is for you guys to work on projects that will be submitted by Canadian companies, which will allow you to show what you can do. So we're going to have a variety of projects, a variety of companies, some very big companies, some very small companies, all of which who are looking to hire people. And the projects are mostly around designer projects, so the design a landing page or a mobile app or something like this, or a development challenge, which a variety of different programming languages. The companies that we have participating so far are Shopify, Hootsuite, My Best Helper, My Green Space, MuseFind, Broadband TV. We have some others that are gonna be confirmed the next couple of weeks or hopefully days. But we'll be sharing those with you guys soon. Yeah, so the audio is full of noise. Can you guys hear me okay? I just heard someone that, yeah, struggle. Okay, cool. For you, it's okay. Okay, great. Glad to hear. Awesome. So basically the way it'll work is that the conversation here is that if you guys could click on the participants link, and then you'll find a place where you can raise your hand. I think when you click more and then raise hand. I'm not sure exactly how it is on your side. But the way we'll be doing is I'll be taking questions from you guys, and whoever raises their hand first, I'll kind of like the class, I'll say, okay, you can talk. Just kind of that way we have order. So if you have a question, this is your chance. Let's chat. I'm open mic. So the question also can be about other things, about the Canadian market, etc. I prefer if the questions stay about the VanHackathon, and I won't be answering anything related to immigration or anything related to kind of a specific person or a specific situation, just because there's, first off, I'm not an immigration consultant, so I can't help you with the visa. There's a partner we have called eVisa Immigration that can help with this. And also just, in the spirit of time, we only have 53 minutes left here, so I can't really give any personalized advice on this Hangout. So I see 2 hands raised. I think it's Ronaldo and Victor. So I don't know which one raised first, so I'll just go with the alphabetical order. So Ronaldo 127. I'm gonna unmute you here. Hi, Ronaldo. How are you doing? Ronaldo, can you hear me? I think his audio must be an issue. All right, Ronaldo, if you can hear me, just type something in the chat. Victor, are you there? Hello, Victor. Test 1 2. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with me. Mic isn't working. Oh, Victor, is that you? Hello? Ronaldo, if your mic's not working, feel free to type your question so we can answer that way. Cool. Victor, you as well. I don't know why. I think your mic must be broken too. Okay, cool. I'm going to mute you. Third time's a charm. Jean, are you there?
How are you doing?
Hey, Jean. How you doing? Good to talk to you again.
Okay, can I do my question, or do I have to wait, the guys?
No, you go ahead. Your technology is working, so you get to go first.
Okay. So about the hackathon, I was reading that, or you can participate alone, or you can get in a team. So all the projects that they are going to give us, can it be done alone, or some of them will have to be done in a team,
Great
and some
question.
will have to be done alone?
Great question. All the projects are designed to be done alone. To be possible to be done alone. Of course, you can work in a team, and we've suggested like anywhere between 1 and 4 people. So yeah, it's up to you. But most projects you'll be able to work on them by yourself. I'm getting a lot of emails here saying people want to join the Hangout, but we have a 50-person limit. It's okay. For those of you who are trying to join right now, I'm sorry if you're watching this recording. I just don't want to apologize. Anyway, so answering your question, Jean, yes, you can totally do it alone, depending what your technology skills are. If you want to team up with people, that's totally great too.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. And Jean's a member of our VanHack Premium community, so it's him and I chat a couple times a week on the interview practice. So it's good to have you here, Jean, as well. Cool. I see Ronaldo has typed his question. Games companies that participates, what technologies do they expect from us? Yeah, so we don't have any games companies that are confirmed yet. I have talked to a few pretty large games companies, and we're trying to see if they'll participate. So I'll confirm that once they let me know. But there's no game companies as of yet. Cool. Any other questions here? I see 3 hands raised. Israel. Israel?
Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
how you doing?
Hello?
Hey, Israel, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm one of the old members of VanHack, and
Yes.
I'm not sure if I'm confirmed at Hackathon. I didn't receive anything about the confirmation.
You should have received an email a while ago, and this is something I think I should explain. The way that we'll be working, like the way that you'll know that you're in the VanHackathon is if you're in the VanHackathon Slack group. So there's a Slack group specifically for the VanHackathon where you'll be able to communicate with all the members, and this is for anyone who joins VanHack Pro. So any VanHack Pro or VanHack Premium members automatically get access to the hackathon group, which I have shared via email, Israel, so just make sure to check your email again. And if not, send me a message in the VanHackathon or the VanHacker Premium Slack group, and I'll share that with you. I believe I shared it in the general channel as well today. So yeah, that's how you know. And yeah, just join that Slack group. We'll be going over the Slack group and making sure everyone in that group is a paid member before the hackathon starts. So if you're a VanHackathon Pro or VanHackathon Premium member, you're more than invited to join that group and start communicating with people. Every company will have its own channel, and we'll be sharing the challenges within the channels. We'll also be having some members of the companies participating in that hackathon Slack group, so that you'll be able to communicate with them, ask them questions. Of course, not for the entire weekend. People are have lives and can't be there for the entire time. But yeah, it's a great way for you to communicate and get connections with these people during the hackathon as well.
Yeah, just found the invitation. Thank you.
The beauty of checking your email, and I'm sure I know I send a lot of email, guys, so I can understand how it might have gotten lost. All right, so yeah, I see Thomas has his hand up. Thomas, go ahead.
Hey guys, good evening, Ilya. Ilya, we will be presenting our projects after the hackathon, or will we just submit it to a GitHub or another platform to be evaluated?
Yeah, so let me show you guys. You'll be submitting it to hackathon.io. So I'm just going to share my screen so you guys can see. So just it'll load here. Okay, so we're on hackathon.io. You guys can all see my screen?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so basically you will be invited to this once you're in the VanHackathon, and then you'll be able to list a project here, and then once this loads, you can submit like a product, the title, you can put a logo. If you have like a link to the website, you can put some screenshots up. I recommend you make a video about it, talk about the technology you used for, and then proceed. Then to submit it. So yeah, this is the platform we're going to be using. It's pretty widely used platform. Many hackathons use it, I should say. And you'll be able to submit all the information about your project here. Another thing is that all the companies will be, I'm going to stop sharing now. All the companies will get a list of all the people who participate in the hackathon. So there'll be a list of all the participants, you guys' LinkedIn profiles, your emails, so they can get in touch with you. And then that way there's more of a, not only the company that you did a project for, but all the companies will get your contact information. And they'll be able to see all the work that you've done, and then be able to share or to judge it and potentially interview and hire you. All right, Thomas, does that answer your question?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the answer, and it seems to be a very nice platform.
Yeah, it is a great one. People are asking me to do a Periscope, so I'm just gonna turn on Periscope now. Maybe some people who can't join here. So give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, and hackathon Hangout. All right, let's see what happens. Cool. All right, so I see Thais has a question, has her hand up with a question. So Thais, you are unmuted. Floor is yours.
Hi, Leah. My question is, when will we know what are the projects of each company?
Great question. And I just want to say hi to everyone on Periscope. I'm sorry we have a limit here on Zoom for 50 people. So for those of you joining us on Periscope, how you doing? So the answer to your question, Thais just asked, and I'll have to repeat the questions now because people on Periscope can't hear the questions. Hey, Victor, when will you be knowing what the challenges are? So to make it fair, we decided we'll let you guys know what the challenges are right before the event starts. So we'll have a Google spreadsheet with all the name of the company, the challenge, or multiple challenges. And we'll also put that into every Slack channel. So every company has its own channel. And hey guys, good to see you here. I'm getting some hearts on Periscope, which is making me blush. Hey everybody. Let's see if we can get more people on Periscope than we have on Zoom. And guys, if you have any questions on Periscope, feel free to ask them. Anyway, to answer your question, Thais, which is a very good question, you will be able to see the challenges, everyone at the same time. I think that's the only fair way to do it, because then people don't have more time to prepare, and then they can create a better project than someone who just joins the day of or the day before the event starts. So I'll also send it out via email, and there'll be like a Google spreadsheet where you can see all the projects and the websites of the companies, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's I think that's the answer to that question.
Thank you, Leah.
No problem. No problem. Good to chat with you, Thais. Cool. Ronaldo, you have your question, or you have your hand up again. I'm not sure if your mic will work, but
I'll try out.
Oh, hey, it's working, Ronaldo.
Amazing. So my question now is, all right, we can know about the projects, but what about the technologies the companies is still gonna expect from us? All right, game companies won't come, but
it's not that they won't come. There are some companies that are thinking about it, some pretty nice ones. So never say never.
Okay, so now it's two questions. What are the technologies the companies will expect from us? Is there anywhere on the website where you can we can look for and read about it? And the second one, when will they confirm? All right.
Yeah, so we do have a list of companies that are confirmed. And I mentioned that in the beginning. The technologies that are used, there's a pretty wide variety, and a lot of the challenges aren't related to specific technology. So you won't. It's not like you need to be a specific. You need to have a specific technology knowledge to be able to do it. Like you can use multiple programming languages to solve the challenge. Yeah, so Ruby on Rails, PHP, Java, JavaScript, .NET, all the kind of major programming languages. Pretty sure Python as well will be there. And the companies confirm on a rolling basis. I'm talking to a lot of companies right now. So some have told me that they're going to confirm in the next couple of weeks. One confirmed yesterday, which was broadband TV. So it's something that I can't really control their timeline. It's up to their department of HR and their technology team to determine that. But yeah, just gonna make this better for you guys on Periscope to see. Yeah, so that's I guess the answer to that question. I'll definitely be sharing what companies will be part of the hackathon over email and social media as we get closer to the event, and we'll make a big poster with all of them as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. Good to talk to you, Ronaldo. All right, cool. I see Jefferson has his hand up. Jefferson, go ahead.
Hi, Luke. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so you said briefly in the beginning of this chat, but what kind of problems can we expect from companies? For example, there will be some applications to be built in, I don't know, an Android or a website, for example, or there will be more a challenge like if we can find on Hackathon or on HackerHank or Codility. What kind of problems they are going to put on this hackathon? Yeah,
it's a mix. The ones we've gotten in so far have been mostly build something in build a website or redesign something. And there have been a couple that are more technical, where it's kind of more like HackerRank. So I would say it's a mix. Okay. And also not all the companies have gotten the challenges to me yet. So I will, I can't say what those are yet because I'm still waiting. But the ones who have submitted, some have been more this is the challenge, how would you solve it? And from a technical point of view, and others are build something so I can see how you work.
Okay, I asked this because I told you I will miss one day of the hackathon. I will take my out, so I think that I will participate even though. Yeah,
and that's something. That's a really good point, Jefferson. And good luck with your IELTS again. I think. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. I think that for everyone here, if you can't make the entire weekend, don't worry, because a lot of the companies realize that there's many companies participating. So they're submitting challenges that would take like 3 hours to do, or 4 hours to do, or something like that, like half a day, or so these are not like one challenge for the entire weekend. My goal is for you guys to be able to complete multiple challenge throughout the weekend, so you can show your skills to as many companies as possible and increase your chances of how can I say, of getting a job. So yeah, actually, that's actually a really good point. I think I should do a better job of sharing that. I'm going to write that down as a note, because I think I think that you guys are like, that wasn't clear. So yeah, a question here just came in from Periscope. Are the companies willing to sponsor? Yes, most of them are. Some of them aren't, just because they're not big enough. But most of the companies are willing to sponsor, like Hootsuite, Broadband TV, Shopify, My Best Helper, for sure, are willing to sponsor. And other ones, you'll probably be more like remote working for now. Yeah, to answer your question, I didn't see who asked it on Periscope, but to answer that question, yes. The goal is to get companies that are open to sponsor. And let me just write that down. Multiple challenges during hackathon. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jefferson. Yeah, do you have any other questions that answer that question?
Thank you, William.
Yeah, okay, cool. And that was Daniel who asked on Periscope. Hey, Daniel, congrats again on getting that job. All right, 2 people have raised their hands. Those are the 2 people who just spoke. So no one's got their hands raised. Thomas, do you have a new question? Was that the question again? Or Ronaldo, do you have a new question? You guys raised your hands again. I'm not sure. Okay.
Hey, Ilya, I indeed have another question.
Sure, go ahead.
I've been receiving some emails that Thinking Ape, Hootsuite, and another.
I knew I was forgetting one company, Ronaldo. A Thinking Ape is a gaming company. They'll participate. I knew I was forgetting it. So sorry to interrupt you, Thomas, but I just wanted to tell Ronaldo and everyone that, and I just forgot. So yeah, please continue, Thomas.
Okay, not a problem. But do we have an aggregated list with all the companies already, or
no? I will share this.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I will share it. I'll put it on the website on the. Maria, you're taking a picture. Are you going to put that on Facebook? Hashtag VanHack. Maria, I can see you taking a picture of us. That's pretty fun. Sorry to put you on the spot there, but yeah. Anyway, Thomas, sorry, one sec. People here on Periscope. Sim, eu falo português e hablo pouquinho espanhol. And hi, everyone on Periscope. Zoom is full, so just hang tight with me on Periscope for now. Anyway, Thomas and everybody, I will add the list of all the companies participating on the VanHackathon.com website right after this, because that makes a lot of sense. I should have that there. So thank you for that idea. And yeah, it's just one of those many things that we need to do. But I will do that. I've written it down here. Great question, Thomas.
I'm asking this because some other guys here were asking about which technologies, what are they looking for? Yeah, you can find. Sorry, you can tell us in respect of fairness with everyone. Okay, I understand that, but it's a hint. So
yeah,
they are looking for people. So it's nice to looking for on their careers page to search about what they are looking for, who they are looking for. So it's a place so we can have some hints.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
about that.
Yeah, can you guys? Hey, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. So now everybody on Periscope, now you guys can hear what I just realized if I take out the headphones. Thomas, exactly. This is a really good point, and I stress everybody. I'll have the list of companies on the hackathon page like in 20 minutes after this hangout ends. You guys should all be going to their careers pages and seeing what they're hiring for. And feel free to apply to those companies, you know, even without the hackathon. Just if you see a role that you think you'd be really good for, like I shared that role with MuseFind yesterday. They're looking for a designer. So why not, if you're a designer? Like we had, you know, over 50 designers apply for that job yesterday. Why not apply to that job? And companies like Hootsuite, Shopify, Broadband TV, like these are big companies hiring, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30 people. Shopify, you know, hundreds of people. So especially if you're a Ruby on Rails developer, Shopify is an amazing place for you. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, go to every website or every company's careers page, learn more about that company, do your research, and apply to those jobs. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. I encourage you to do that. And that way you'll increase your chances. Of course, the VanHackathon is a great, it's a great way to show your skills, and kind of my goal with creating this event is to kind of bypass that resume stack and you getting lost in the hundreds of or dozens of people who apply to the job. But I really think that you should, you know, you should just apply to those companies, and of course try and reach out to them on LinkedIn and do all the stuff that we teach in the VanHack Pro and Premium courses, and just general online that you guys are all seeing. And Daniel just reminded me of the surprise. Like I'll talk about it in like 10, 15 minutes. So just, you know, I haven't forgotten about it, and just stick around with you know, a couple more minutes, guys. So someone just said here on Periscope, I'm digital design. Ricardo, I didn't really understand your question, but I'm guessing it's saying I'm a designer. Are there opportunities for me? Yes, if you're a designer, there are tons of opportunities for you in general in Canada, as well as in the VanHackathon. Companies are looking for both developers and designers. All right. Any other questions, guys? I saw someone else have their hand up. I guess, Thais, you had your hand up again. Ronaldo, will go to you after Thais. Ladies first. So Thais, go ahead. If you have a question, please ask.
Hi, Lee. It's me again. In Hackathon, will have any company from Toronto?
Not yet. We haven't confirmed any companies from Toronto. It's Vancouver and Ottawa for now. But that's a good point. I will look for more companies in Toronto on the list.
Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for the question. Shopify has opportunities in Toronto. Yeah, that's true. Toronto and Montreal. That's a good one, Eduardo. Thanks. Cool. Ronaldo, go ahead.
Okay. Is there any deadline to join VanHack Pro before subscribe to the VanHackathon?
May 19th.
May 19th, okay.
Or honestly, May 20th, the day of the hackathon. As long as you join before the time, like 4 p.m. or 8 p.m. Brazil time, you're in. Like, we're not gonna, you know, say no. You can even join during the hackathon. You'll just have less time to participate. But once you join, you're in. So yeah, I of course, like the sooner you join, the sooner you can start creating your profile. So for you guys to know, like, VanHack Pro is not just a hackathon. VanHack Pro includes a consultation call with our team to answer all your questions, like a one-on-one call. It also includes like a video course where you can watch videos as to how to create your resume, your cover letter, your LinkedIn profile, your portfolio. And we also add new videos every week or two with new interviews and exclusive content just for Pro members. We also have our Slack group for Pro members too, in the VanHackathon Slack group. And then of course the VanHackathon. So there's much more than just the VanHackathon in VanHack Pro. But yeah, if you just want to join the hackathon, join on May 20th or whenever you want to join, and then then enjoy VanHack Pro from there on out. And then of course we will have other VanHackathons. The next one will probably be September, August, end of August, September. We'll see. And so you'll be able to continue joining all the VanHackathons and all the content. So someone asked me about infrastructure. Unfortunately, if you work with infrastructure, it's just really hard to create like a software or virtual challenge for the infrastructure area. So we haven't been approaching those companies. We've been focusing mostly on software and designers. So yeah, that's you know, maybe in the future we'll have more infra, but for now we don't. Yeah, Fernando, great question. Difference between Pro and Premium. This is something that we need to make more clear. I'm going to answer this quickly because it's not so related to the hackathon, but I think it's important for you guys to know. So Pro is simply content and one consultation call. So it's $10 a month. It's like your first step. Basically, it's I'm curious, I'm interested, I want to start like applying for jobs and have like the basic profile, but I'm not quite ready to join Premium yet. So Premium includes 104 hours of interview practice, which is exactly like this, except it's a much smaller group. And you have time to talk and we correct your English. You can watch the interview practice question on the VanHack Premium page. We also revise your resume, your cover letter, your LinkedIn, your portfolio. So we actually go through it and make sure it's 100% correct to the Canadian standard. You'll also be part of the VanHack Premium Slack group where our team is constantly there answering questions 24/7. And we also make, and 24/7 means, by the way, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So like always. I'm always chatting, like one-on-one chat with a lot of our premium members. One of our premium members, for example, got a job today, but there might be some issues with the visa because he's here on a tourist visa. So we're trying to figure out that situation. So like him and I are working through that in a one-on-one manner. Of course, like it's a lot of like hands-on help. And then the premium also we make introductions. So he got that job because I introduced him to a company. We make a lot of those kind of how can I say, personalized intros. We do share, jobs with all our community, but we make those like recommendations mostly just for the premium members. Yeah, that's the difference. And if you guys have any questions about that, we're actually going to create a page that will show very clearly the difference between Pro and Premium. But Pro, just think like one call, content, VanHackathon. Premium is like the full service. And VanHackathon, of course, as well. Cool. Thanks, Fernando, for that question. And Fernando, thank you. Fernando is actually one of our like original VanHack Premium members. I think almost over a year now. And so it's always nice to see you here, Fernando. Good to have you with us. All right. Anyone else? If you guys have questions, just raise your hand. I'm going to ask Najla. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Najla. Najla.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Your volume's a little bit high, so just speak a little bit lower, maybe.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's very loud, just a little bit lower.
Oh, okay. I have two questions.
Okay.
For the opportunity for the graphic designers, do you have an idea what kind of software skills are they looking for? And second question, you mentioned about team, so 4 people in a team. So graphic designers will share with programmers, or they will stay with graphic designers and programmers with programmers?
Good question. Great questions. 2 questions. Technologies. Mostly just Photoshop, like Illustrator, just design technologies. Like I haven't seen any companies that are looking for like front end skills as well as design skills, but that's a really good combination to have. So if you work with like, if you can do some JavaScript and HTML, CSS kind of thing as a designer, that's really valuable, but it's not necessary. And to answer the second question, both. So there will be some projects where companies will be asking like to build an app or like a website. Those are more like team efforts in terms of like designers and developers together. Others are more like design me something, which frankly, I wouldn't really like, you don't need to team up with anyone. You just do it on your own. Because then it's kind of hard for the company to know which designer did what part of the job. So yeah, most of them actually, I should probably say better. It's probably mostly just teaming up developers and designers to have the complementary skills rather than having just like 2 designers or 5 developers, or I guess 4 or less, right? So 4 developers working on a project. Yeah, so that's the answer.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, and nice to have you here. Cool. I'm gonna go with Cajera, and then after with Vinicius, because Thais, you've already asked the question. So, Kaera, go ahead. It's all yours.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Elia.
Hi.
My question is about open source code. There's any limitation. For example, this code needs to be open for at least 3 months, 1 year.
Do you mean the code that you create during the hackathon or the code that you'll be using to create projects? Well, can you be more specific, please? Kaera? Hello? Okay, so I'm gonna guess you mean the code that you're gonna be using during the hackathon. You feel free to use open source code to like solve the challenges or to create projects. Like it's open source, of course you can use it. Your project that you create during the event will be yours. So if you want, you can say, okay, company X, you can use it. But most of the information and most of the stuff that you create, it's not really going to have any commercial value. So yeah, I think that answers your question. I'm not sure, but if it doesn't, I'm sorry. Another thing I guess is important to say is that a lot of the like just based on sheer numbers, guys, like the amount of people who participate in the hackathon and the amount of people who get hired, of course, is going to be different. Like I'm not going to lie and kind of pretend here. You're not all going to get hired, unfortunately, as much as I would love that. It's just the way the world is, right? Whenever you apply to a job, there's 10, 15, 20, 100 people also applying for that job. So the way I would look at this hackathon, guys, is it's a chance for you to create your Canadian portfolio. So coming and participating in the VanHackathon, more than anything, will help you have a Canadian company on your portfolio, even if it was for a weekend, right? Like even if you just built something for Shopify and it's you know, never used again and no one sees it, or they just see it, like and like you can still put on your resume that you participated in this hackathon and you built a project for Shopify. You know, that is a positive thing, and you can put that code on your personal website and use that, you know, showing people that and on your GitHub. So that's how I would encourage you to look at this, and kind of the mindset I would have going into this event, rather than thinking like, okay, I'm definitely going to get hired, because, you know, the reality is that getting hired, even in Brazil, or even in your home country, wherever you might be from, is not easy, right? So of course, like I really want a lot of people to get hired. That's the whole reason we're doing this. But the mindset I would have coming into this event, you know, just so you don't get frustrated and like think that this is like, oh my God, I did something wrong. It's just simply like the numbers, right? There's just only so many jobs, and consider this like your first step. And of course, there'll be more hackathons, and VanHack Pro and Premium give you the tools to go out there and look for your job and get a job on your own. For example, one of our VanHack Premium members applied for 1,000 jobs in 1 week and got 15 interviews and probably more than that. And he's probably going to get hired. So really at the end of the day, what I want is you guys to start thinking about, how can I show my skills and impress as many Canadian companies as possible, not just 1, 2, or 3, but, you know, hundreds. And then that way you'll definitely have a much higher chance of getting a job. So I just want to make that really clear. And Kaera, or Ciara, sorry if I mispronounced her name. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, posso falar em português, Elia?
Sim.
Já que você entende.
Claro.
É que meu inglês não é muito bom.
Your English is always getting better.
Olha, a pergunta você explicou muita coisa, mas era assim, se tem um limite de tempo para usar open source, se tem problema, se o código está lá há 3 meses,
Não.
se eu já posso usá-lo, ou se tem que estar há 1 ano, por exemplo, para poder usar.
Não, é código livre, open source. Porque tem...
Independente do tempo que esteja lá, pode ser utilizado.
Claro, mas sim, claro.
Tá.
Porque teria um problema de tempo. Talvez eu não estou entendendo, mas...
Não, não sei. Na verdade, é uma pessoa do meu time que tem essa dúvida e está caindo muito a conexão dele e ele pediu para perguntar isso.
Entendi. Então, fala para ele, fica tranquilo. Don't worry, I'm switch back to English. Don't worry how much time the...
Obrigado.
Yeah, de nada, cara. Don't worry how much time the hackathon the code has been online. If it's open source, it's open source. You know, you can use it. I see Vinicius has been waiting a while to ask his question. Okay, Daniel, he wants to use old code. Just one sec. You can't use old code. Like if it's, I guess it wouldn't really matter because like, yeah, so don't, like, you can't use code you've already created. Like that's just cheating. Like, let's not do that. I can't police that. I can't control that. Of course, I'm not going to fly to your house and knock on your door and look at your computer and say, hey, don't use that old code. But like, it's an honor thing. But yeah, you don't want to cheat. That's just going to look bad for you and really bad for me if the company finds out that you just copied some code from somewhere else and submitted that as your project and built this amazing app in 54 hours. If it looks like you're cheating and it seems like you're doing something that you know is like really impossible to do in a weekend or like in a day, then I'm pretty sure the company will just like not believe it and therefore not take you seriously. So I really like, please just don't do it because it's going to look really bad for me and it's going to look really bad for you. So my cat is trying to, one sec. To open the door for the cat. Okay, so let's get back to it. I think Vinicius had a question for a while.
Hello, Ida.
Hey, Vinicius, how you doing, man?
I'm fine. The first question is, there is some kind of a restriction about using framework or all kinds of framework. And the second question is, at that companies, there is some kind of remote opportunity.
Cool. So the two questions that I think you asked were, one, are there any restrictions for frameworks?
Use framework for, yes.
Yeah, you can use any framework you want, like React, Angular.
Meteors, okay.
Yeah, Node, any framework you want. And two is remote jobs. Yeah, definitely. A lot of companies are looking for remote developers or designers. So yeah, 100%. And again, guys, the VanHackathon is just one opportunity. There's tons of companies right now looking for remote developers and designers. So if you're not applying for jobs in Canada right now, I would question why. There's no reason not to. So yeah, just want to underline and like make sure you guys are really on the ball or like are really taking action. So anyway, so I said there's going to be a little surprise, and I'm going to share that right now, and then we'll finish up with the rest of the hangout. So the surprise is that we're launching a photo contest for the VanHackathon. We're going to be giving away 3 free tickets to the VanHackathon for the 3 best hacking pictures that people submit. So here's the link here. For those of you who already have bought your tickets for the VanHackathon, we'll give you 1 free month of VanHack Pro, or you can donate it to a friend. Yeah, so basically the rules are you upload a picture of you hacking, whatever that might be, whatever that means to you. Might be just you working on your computer, or you might be you working on the beach because you're a developer and you can work from anywhere in the world. Or maybe it's like you hack together something and like completely not related to technology, but it's some kind of hacking, you know, has something to do with hacking, whatever. It's open for interpretation. And yeah, all you have to do is just share it on Facebook and tag VanHack. And then, you know, we'll see the pictures and, you know, upload it to our Facebook page. And that's it. So it'll be for the next 2 weeks. So from now until I think May, what's the date? 2 weeks from now, May 11th. So you can join just on. I can't put it in Periscope, but if you go to the VanHack page, guys, you can just go to like the VanHack PhotoContest, click more, and then VanHack PhotoContest, and I'll share. Oh, my phone is doing crazy things. I think it just closed Periscope. Let me just reopen. I'll share it on Facebook and on email. So I don't know what happened there. Cool. So anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, we're using Hootsuite. So we're using our own companies that, local Vancouver companies. So let me just reopen. I don't know what's going on with Periscope, but anyway, let's keep going. I think Wagner had a question, so go ahead, Wagner.
Hey, I actually have 3 questions. I wrote them down. Okay, so the first one, are they going to impose the technology, or do you think they are going to leave that open to the developers, for example? Are they going to demand a specific language or framework, or do you think they're going to leave that open for the developers? Question number 2, will there be a list of tasks and we're going to get to pick what we're going to do? Or are they going to impose, you have to do this, or the other way around? And the third one, I just wanted to know about the subscription, because I'm pretty sure that I did make the subscription, but I'm not in that list that you mentioned at the...
Yeah, you're a premium member, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you're in. So all premium members are 100%, all automatically, I should say, in the hackathon, Premium and Pro. So don't worry about that.
Cool.
Then to answer your first question, go back to the top. Mostly it's going to be they're not going to say the programming language you can use. It's these are the challenges, and you can kind of use whatever language you want. Most companies are not hiring for specific languages. They're more hiring for talent. And then people can kind of learn the different, especially object-oriented programming is like that. And then your third question, or your second question, is about the challenges or tasks. Yeah, it's mostly just going to be here's the challenge, and solve it whatever way you want. There's not do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. They're pretty open, the challenges. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
but again, is there going to be more than one, and we are going to get to pick product or concept we're gonna?
Yeah, exactly. So there's going to be multiple companies are going to be submitting multiple challenges. For example, I know Hootsuite, Shopify, Broadband TV are all going to be submitting more than one because they're hiring a lot of people. And so you'll be able to choose. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'll repeat it. I'm not sure if you were here. The goal is for you to do as many challenges as possible during the weekend, right? So you can apply to as many companies as you like. So that's more the companies are doing challenges that are going to take you 3 to 4, 5 hours to solve, rather than a whole 3 days.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. And good to talk to you again. Hope everything's going well with the process. Cool. All right. I think that's it for hands. Does anyone have any other questions? We have 9 minutes. And I'm happy to stay an extra.
Hey there.
Yes.
Vou te fazer uma pergunta em português, você pode responder em inglês, tá? Por favor. Por acaso se eu escolher estar implementando aí em iOS, como é que eu vou fazer para mostrar o aplicativo para os interessados, uma vez que, no caso, a Apple só libera o aplicativo depois de 2, 3 semanas?
Okay, great question. I would just do it in flight mode and record a video, and then send them the code. You don't need to actually put the app on the App Store. That's not really necessary. Just send them the code, and they'll evaluate it from there. Maybe a video of it working. I think that would be a much better, faster solution than actually waiting for Apple or Google's approval of the app.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, good question. So, who's got another hand up? I think Jefferson, how you doing?
I have another question. For example, I will need to submit to in that platform that you showed previously the source code and instructions on how to execute my code and things like that. Not necessarily I will need to, because of the last question, I will need to submit my code to I don't know, Play Store, and it's not necessary, or depends on the company demands.
Just put it on GitHub.
Okay.
Yeah, GitHub or Bitbucket or whatever way. Can you guys hear me on Periscope now? Is it better? Sorry, they're having some audio issues. Is it better now? Maybe I'll put in my headphones. Hello, Periscope. Can you hear me? All right, guys. Who is having fun? Raise your hand. This is pretty cool though, right? Like I take a minute and stop. Like this, everyone's raising their hand. Cool, thanks guys. Just because, like, how awesome is it that we're all in different parts of the world and we're all like connected and feels like almost like we're in the same room. Soon we'll all be in virtual reality hanging out in a co-working space. That's what the future of VanHack, a co-working space where we all kind of hang out online virtually in VR. That's a kind of a cool thought just came to me. But the point is, thanks guys, this is really cool. I think that the virtual hackathon thing would be awesome because like we'll actually have, this is another thing I should mention, we'll actually have like a Zoom channel open the entire time. And we're actually, for those of you who are in Vancouver, we're going to have the hackathon in a co-working space where the spring where I used to work. So if you want to come here for the hackathon, you know, take some days vacation. If you're in Brazil right now, hang out with us. You know, of course, it's a lot cheaper if you just hang out at home, but you won't get the full experience. But we're trying to get you the full experience by actually having a Zoom window like this open the entire time. So you guys can like ask questions and interact and meet people who are here in Vancouver during the hackathon. So this is kind of a little taste of what it'll be like just hanging out with me. There'll be like 20, 30 people hopefully at the actual hackathon in Vancouver that you can meet and talk to, and they won't all be Brazilian, which is also cool. We're going to try and get as many people from all over the world. I know already we're going to have one Indian guy, and the goal is to have as many Canadians, Brazilians, Chinese, India, the world. Yeah, so I think that I just wanted to take a moment to say how excited I am about this, because I think it's kind of the future of where the world is going, right? So anyway, enough of me talking. Anyone else have any other questions? I see, a lot of people sitting like this, tired, right, Rogerio? Can you hear me? I can see you guys. The ones who have Paula, I can see you guys. You have your cameras on. You don't think I can see you? I can see all of you. Turn off your cameras if you don't want me to see you sleeping. John, I see your hand up. John, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, man, you.
I think it was a problem in the app because I did it a long time ago, but you said what I was going to say, so I don't think I have a question. But the thing that I like is that you pointed at the idea that I had, that I see VanHackathon as a way to tighten the space between us and the companies there. Maybe we don't get higher in the first moment, but at the same time they may be able to know us, and maybe it must be a future opportunity. So yeah. I think nothing is wasted.
Yeah, exactly. You put the code on your GitHub or on your on your profile. That's obviously a big plus. And it's all about building those relationships with the companies, so you can impress them and then get to know them and just keep trying. Like it's a marathon. I keep saying this is like you're moving countries. You're getting a job in a new country. This is a very difficult process. It's one of the most difficult processes to do in life. Moving from house to house in the same city is difficult enough. Packing everything up and going to a new city or a new house, apartment in a new city. I'm sure you've all had that experience. But literally getting on an airplane and coming to a place with a new language and new food, new people, new everything, new job. is really difficult. So yes, that is exactly it, Jean. My goal with this, and you kind of took the word out of my mouth, is to close the distance between you, or I should better say in a positive way, is to make you closer to the company. And more, you guys will see us working to attract companies to VanHack, because there's all, you guys are awesome. And I don't know if you guys saw my post on LinkedIn or on the VanHack blog about Brazilian developers being superheroes. But I really believe that because you guys have to work with so many different technologies, with so many different technologies, you're able to do things that people here can't. So yeah, I think it's really good to hear, Jean. Thanks. Just gonna turn that off. All right, so all right. Okay, sorry guys. All right, questions. Put the list of companies in the VanHackathon. Yes, Marcus, I'll have that on the website momentarily. Do I think it's better to join a team or alone? So Gabriel, good question. That is up to you. There's really no better, because there's so many different challenges that you can do some alone and some in a team, really. So once you join VanHack Pro and get into the Slack group, you can start formulating your team. And if you want, you can do a challenge by yourself. And if you want, you can do them. You can do them in a team. I don't think there's one better or one worse. Julio, great question. Minimal, yeah. What's up, Gabriel? I can see you, man. Minimal level of English knowledge to join the VanHackathon. So this is a great question. English. There's no minimal level, and I there's this one guy, Alex from VanHack Premium, who got a job in a US company in Florida. His English sucks. It's awful. And he's the first to admit, he admits this. He said, I was surprised I got this job, he said, because he's a good developer. He's a front-end developer with a lot of skills. And the companies need people. So his English is communicative, he can speak, he can explain, but it's slow. Ele fala assim, devagar, etc. There's a delay, but the company understands him. And since most of the work is done by text, by typing, it doesn't matter. Yesterday I met a recruiter who used to work for a big company in Vancouver, and she said they used to hire people from China who don't speak English at all. And they would actually, the company would say to the recruiter, she used to help find talent for them. She said the company would tell me if they wanted someone who spoke Mandarin or Cantonese, because the entire QA team was from China. And so they all just spoke Mandarin and Cantonese together, which I don't really agree with. I think you should speak English if you're in Canada, but it's the way it is. So I'm not saying your English, it's not like your English doesn't need to improve. It should always be getting better, right? English is always getting better. It's one of our values. But don't be shy about your English. If you think your English isn't good enough, you put that limit in your own head. So you never know. And I encourage you to look at the VanHackathon then as one big English class. You'll be typing in English for 54 hours. That's pretty good, right? Pretty good exposure and connection to the language. And of course, try as much as possible to be listening to podcasts and be practicing your English. And I hope this was a nice English lesson for you too, Julio. And for everyone else here who has that English challenge, which is just temporary. Just have to learn English once. All right. Any other questions, guys? How will companies evaluate the work if you're in a team? Really good question. Really, really good question. What I would do if I was in a team is I would make it very clear what part of the project everyone worked on. So, for example, if there's a developer and a designer, it's kind of obvious who did what. Yeah, exactly. Documentation. I think you just answered your own question there, Marcus. Yeah, comments. Say, this is what I did. This is why I did it. Be very, and this is a big tip I would give to all of you guys who are looking for remote jobs, is to over communicate. Communicate too much to the company. Tell them too much stuff. Yeah, like a normal job. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna just be as communicative as possible. I'm gonna go back to the guys who've raised their hands. I think Diego hasn't asked a question yet. So Diego, please ask.
Oh, hello, William. First of all, I'm sorry by my English, but I will try to explain what I want to ask.
Sure.
I see a lot of talking about the web technologies, but I don't see a lot of the intermediate level like C, C++ experiencing. And I'd like to know if we have this opportunity to show these skills, there will be some challenges in this area or just on web technologies. I don't know.
Yeah, good question. So I haven't seen any C++ yet. I was talking to a company today that said they are hiring a lot of C++, gaming company. So I'm not sure. But at the same time, it's not like the questions are going to be, or the challenges are going to be strictly like build me a website. A lot of challenges are going to be like solve this computer problem and use whatever technology you think. So it's not so much like build me a website. It's more like solve this challenge or solve this problem. So I haven't seen specifically for C++, but yeah, I think it's more just general computer science knowledge.
Okay, I'd like to know, Drew, ask you another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have experience with another language too, but it's not my expertise. And I'd like to know what is the focus on this challenges, is to show your skills in solving problems or to show your skills with some frameworks or some kind of technology that the company works to. Because here in Brazil, I don't know how does it work in Canada, but here the companies look for professionals by the skills in solving problems, independent of the technology that you work. For example, the capacity to learn new languages, new technologies, and things like that. I'd like to know how does company in Canada looks for the professionals.
Yeah, great question, Diego. I would agree, or I would say the same. Like they look more for people who are good at problem solving than good at one specific language. A lot of companies are growing fast and they need to change languages, like they need to migrate to different platforms, etc. And so if you can't learn and adapt as they grow, then it's not a good fit. So I would say it's very similar. Companies want someone who can solve problems, who's able to learn to communicate what they've learned and why they're doing something, rather than just like, I'm really, really good at Ruby on Rails and that's all I do. And yeah, so it's all about being adaptive. Cool, thanks Diego, great question. All right, I got some, Renato's asking, do we have a place? Yes, we do. We do have a place. We'll be having our hackathon at spring.is. That's where we'll be having it, and it will be it's in Chinatown. Yeah, so here we go. There are questions, guys. I see some people, and I realize it's 6:05, so thanks for staying some extra time, guys. We'll probably stay for another 10 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up, just so you guys don't all fall asleep on me. All right, Wagner, do you still have your hand up, or is that from an old question?
Yeah, it's off topic, but I think it's important. I would like to get the link for that text you wrote about the Brazilian developers, because I would like to post in my blog and Twitter and stuff like that. If you could
just go to my LinkedIn. It's on my LinkedIn.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I wrote it on LinkedIn Pulse, like the LinkedIn publishing. So yeah, just go to my LinkedIn profile and just scroll down. It should be like post by Ilya. If you can't find it, send me a direct message in Slack, and I'll send it to you. And thanks for sharing it, man. Cool, Jean. I'll see you tomorrow at our VanHack Premium interview practice. Have a good night, man. All right, time for 2 more questions. Any questions, guys? Did I do a good job explaining? Oh, Marcus, I see you. Or I don't know if you have a question or you have a question, Marcus?
Okay, it's not actually a question. It's more like an idea for the hackathon. And maybe people not in Vancouver could get around. Like I live in Brasilia, and maybe we could be in the same place as other people here in Brasilia doing the hackathon. So I don't know if there's any way to do that because there's no common place, but I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, there definitely is. In the VanHackathon Slack group, if you're a pro member, you can join that group and you can just ask, hey, anyone here from my city? I think that's a really great idea, Marcus, and I highly recommend you guys organize that. I can't do it because I don't know where, like, the location and all. There's just so many people in cities. But of course, that's a really good idea. And if you want to suggest that to other people who live in Brasilia, and if anyone else wants to do that with their cities, fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's good to have people around, even it's not in your team, because they like, we can support each other and like cheer up for each other. Like,
of course.
Nice.
It's community. Yeah. We hack together.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Marcus. Answering Renato's question on chat, if you're in Vancouver, it's the same as if you're abroad. It's just for VanHack Pro or Premium members. So if you want to join the VanHackathon in person, just sign up to be pro. And if you already are pro, Renato, perfect. Then you're good to go. I did not know that. Cool. All right. Eduardo is asking, score the challenges. No, there won't be a score. Basically, the way they do it is they'll give feedback, but it's just too much, like too many challenges. So to kind of give like feedback on every one. So the way that it'll do is, like, if your challenge was impressive, then they'll ask you for an interview. So that will be more the score is just the interview. So yeah, that's a good question though. Broadband TV will be in the hackathon. They confirmed yesterday, so I'm very excited about that. And they're hiring a lot of people. So yeah. Cool, guys. I said 2 questions, but I'm just gonna leave room for one more, because one more audio question. Text questions don't count. Anyone else have an audio question that they want to ask? Wagner, I don't know if your hand's still up from before. Was it?
Sorry, no question.
All right, cool. Anyone else? Thanks, Alex. I still think that VanHack. Yeah. Well, there's not going to be really a winner of the VanHackathon. It's just like, if you get a job, you win. So if you get a job from the VanHackathon, you don't really need VanHack Premium because you already have a job. So yeah, I mean, I'd be totally happy if that happens. So yeah, don't worry about it. And that's another thing, actually. Speaking of VanHack Premium, I haven't announced this publicly, so you guys are like the first ones to know about this, and I guess everyone who's watching this in the recording will know about it too. But VanHack Premium will be opening the day after the hackathon. So for everyone who participated in the VanHackathon, we'll have a little surprise for you guys too. And VanHack Premium will be open again for a short time, for only 10 days after the VanHackathon happens. So if you are looking to join VanHack Premium and you're kind of thinking, okay, like, I think I'm going to do this, go all in and hang out more with this crazy guy named Ilya and his band of awesome programmers, superhero programmers. VanHack Premium will be open again, and of course there's 2 options: $350 Canadian dollars for 6 months, or $600 for 1 year, and you can split that 12 times. Yeah, so there's that. I haven't said this to anyone else, so you guys are getting some firsthand raw knowledge, and I will be, of course, announcing this over time. But I guess because you guys got to hang out with me, or like because you guys came to hang out with me, I should say, you got to know that early. So I think we still have time for one more voice question. I still want one more voice question because I feel like there's one person out there who's kind of shy. Maybe their English isn't so good and they've been scared to ask a question, don't be scared. We're here to learn together. Please ask. So, Max, what are you doing? So yeah, please go ahead and ask if you do have a question. And of course, again, just make sure. Oh, and Eduardo, thank you for saying, yeah, Eduardo, one of our longtime VanHack Premium members as well. I'm glad you've been enjoying your time here. WILJC just asked about the LMIA. Yeah, so the companies who are open to hiring are open to doing the LMIA process for you. It does take about 2 to 3 months, and the companies are aware of that, and they will hire you remotely before you start in person. So the reason why I think the VanHackathon is so exciting is that we're kind of filtering for those companies that are open to hiring with the LMIA. Kind of the goal of VanHack is to figure out who are all the companies in Canada that want to do or are open to doing the LMIA process and sharing those with you guys. And especially with our premium members where we make those one-on-one connections. So yeah, that's a great question actually. And yes, the companies that are participating in the VanHackathon, most of them will open to LMIA. Some of them are too small, so they'll hire someone remotely. But yeah, like Shopify, I'm sure has done like more than 10 or 15. And having a German passport does not help, unfortunately, Marcus. Actually, it's a funny story, guys. So Microsoft is probably going to join. They're still, Microsoft being slow about things. So I don't want to confirm them officially. They said yes, and now they're like unsure. But the point is, one of the guys from Microsoft is American who's working in Vancouver, and he had to go through Express Entry. So for Express Entry, you need your IELTS exam. So here's this guy, 15 years experience working in Microsoft in Seattle. He's from Austin, Texas, like, fluent English, and he's sitting in a room with all these like teenagers or young people who are taking the IELTS exam. He was just telling me the story. I thought it was so funny because it was so funny. Like the guy, he's like from 2-hour drive away, but he can't come and work. He can't come and work in Canada without doing Express Entry. Of course, he got through it and everything, but it just was so funny to hear. Everyone has to suffer, no matter if you're American, German, Brazilian, Korean. Unfortunately, the system's the same for everybody. And of course, I guess it should be, right? Like they shouldn't give preference to specific countries. Okay, cool. And we are, of course, working hard to lobby the Canadian government to change the laws and make it easier for companies to hire guys like you, because we know that there's a lot of awesome talent that wants to come to Canada, but unfortunately, a lot of companies aren't sure how to hire people from abroad. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So it's 10:15 over on your guys' side, 6:15 here in Vancouver. I'm going to sign off. Hinatu, I look forward to seeing you in person here in the hackathon. That's really exciting that you'll be here in person. Again, guys, if you want to join the VanHack PhotoContest, here's the link to go hang out. To take a picture of the best hacking picture, whatever that might mean to you. Just upload it to there and share it on Facebook. Let's see if anyone's uploaded a picture yet. No one's uploaded one yet, so I'm sure you guys will soon. And yeah, I'm here. If you guys have any other questions, you all have my email. I'm sure you're getting too many emails from me, but I will keep sending them and sharing all this information and more stuff like this. We'll probably have one more hangout like this between now and the VanHackathon where you can actually ask questions. We're going to have another webinar next week about IELTS. We have a pretty exciting announcement with an awesome IELTS course that we've partnered with called All Ears English, and I'll be telling you guys more information about that. So for anyone here who's studying for the IELTS or going to take the IELTS, we got a really, really good deal for VanHack members only that you'll be able to participate, take advantage of, and I'll be sharing more information about that soon. Yeah, enjoy your evenings. Felipe, it's only Wednesday, but for some reason Felipe is already in the weekend. So Felipe, have a great weekend too. That's pretty funny. Is it like a long weekend again in Brazil where you're like amendoando? How can you say from Thursday, then you take off Friday, and then you have a 4-day weekend? I don't know. My pleasure, Marcus. Good to have you here. Great questions, and I hope you guys set up something in Brasilia. Thursday, yeah. So Thursday the weekend is starting. Man, Brazil, you guys have too many holidays. It's not fair. All right, cool. I'm gonna go. And yeah, I really look forward to seeing you guys' pictures. If you guys want to join, of course, the VanHackathon, it's pretty easy. Just fill out this form. I'm going to put it here again. So yeah, you can just sign up there if you haven't already, or just go to vanhack.com/pro, which has all the information about VanHack Pro. Yeah, enjoy your vacations. I hope everyone's doing well. Stay strong. Keep fighting. I know things are definitely not so easy right now. Marcus has a hand up. Okay, Marcus.
Just the last question about the contest, the photo contest. Can I send more than one?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so we can. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's cool. But you can only win one. We have 3 winners, but like we're not gonna give somebody two of those 3 or something like that. So, but yeah, of course you can. The more. You're welcome, Mona Lisa, good to have you here. You're welcome to put in more. Okay, cool. This has been the longest goodbye ever, so I'm gonna go. Um abraço, pessoal, obrigado, and we'll see you at the next one. Cheers, guys.
Falou, até mais. Bye.
Bye.